What's up people, welcome back to the channel, Ordinary E. Today we're going to see if we can fix this PS4 controller which done this. Alright guys, so a while back a company reached out to me, I don't know if you remember the videos, but a company reached out to me and sent me Hall effects that they wanted me to test for them, and we installed those Hall effects into the Xbox controller and the PS4 controller. However, the PS4 controller ended up going wonky and there is actually issues with the Xbox One controller as well. It's not that one. It's actually this one. This is the giveaway. By the way, if you want to enter the giveaways, look below in the description for all the giveaways and make sure you subscribe and comment on the videos, share, like, all that stuff. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, we managed to put the Hall effects into the Xbox controller and it was working fine, but after a while using it, it then veers and does whatever it wants to do on this controller joystick here. But the main reason I'm looking at this PS4 controller is because a subscriber reached out and said that they encountered exactly the same problem and if I could try and find a solution for it or what the issue is. So that's what we're going to do. But also, not only that, if I can't fix the issue, I did go ahead and buy another motherboard, because in case it is the motherboard and something I did, it was the first time I was using the hot air gun, not the first time, but it was when I started using the hot air gun, which does make it easier, but it does warp the board. So I feel like it's possibly something I did with the hot air gun. But we also not going to stop there guys, we are going to upgrade it. I think I put a new battery in there anyway, but we got a longer lasting battery. We got USC, so we're going to change the USB for a USB-C. So we're going to change this connector. So these USB-Bs are rubbish, you know, the connector never stays in. So apparently you can upgrade it to a USB-C, so we're going to try that. We got Hall effects from a higher ranking AliExpress seller, so hopefully these are good, and they are the Ghoulie Kit ones, so Ghoulie Kit's a good brand. And then talking about brands, we're going to make it look like my brand, Ordinary E, the red and white. The first thing I'm going to do is obviously take this apart, get down to the motherboard, and then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to probe around and see if there's any differences from the new motherboard. Actually, we're going to test this motherboard, make sure that's all good first, and then yeah, check if there's any differences in any of the chips or anything compared to that one, compared to this one, and see if I can pinpoint if there was an actual issue or if it's the actual sticks themselves. Let's take this apart and get into it. Alexa, what do you think of that plan?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
You always say that. Okay guys, so here I've got the PS4 controller hooked up, and as you can see the sticks are all the way to the right, both sticks, which is very strange. So we're going to try and figure out why it's doing that. Let's put in the new board. Okay guys, I now have the new PS4 motherboard hooked up in its raw form outside of the case, etc. And as you can see, the sticks, they're not quite centered, but we can fix that with this calibration tool, but we don't want to do that because we're going to do Hall effects. But yeah, as you can see, everything is normal. So there's nothing wrong with the new motherboard. So let's see if we can see if there's any differences between this motherboard and the broken motherboard. And just to show you guys the Xbox controller, what's going on with that one when I plug it in. So look, everything looks normal, and then you play around with the sticks and watch the left one eventually. I'm not doing it now. Of course, it's not doing it. Oh, there you go. See it? Look at what it's doing. Gone crazy. Yeah. So obviously something wrong with that left stick. So again, I think that's the Hall effect. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to probe around. No, we're going to get the motherboard out. So let's put all this to the side a second. Don't need any of this. Don't need this. Normally I would just try and swap this out and change the Hall effects, but because the subscriber wants me to see if I can find out what the actual issue could be, I'm just going to probe around the chip and stuff and see if there's any differences. So let's take this one apart. 4 screws at the back. Then we can pry this over carefully because it's still attached under the ribbon. So that's that. So that's the part we can change out for the USB-C. Battery, that screw here, and then we've got to unsolder the vibration gizmos, and then we can take the board out. There we have it. Okay, so yeah, these are the ones with the Hall effects that we put in from that company. Everything went well with the installation, so I'm just going to probe around. There's chips on the front and there's chips on the back, so I'll probably probe around here and see if there's any differences. Okay guys, so I've been around all of the board comparing each other. That's the Hall effect one, this is the new one with the standard sticks. I even marked out, so everything that beeped on this side, beeps on this side. So I cannot locate if anything is going wrong on this board. So the only thing I can think of, that I can only assume, is that these sticks are no good. So I'm going to put the Hall effect, the new Hall effects in here. these ones, and then I'm going to take the standard sticks off this one and put them back onto here, because we know they work. And that's all I can think of doing to see if that solves the problem. But no, all the chips beep are the same as this one. There is a slight difference on this board, which is that chip there compared to that chip there, but they have put it down here, so don't know what that is, or unless I'm missing something between there, could quite possibly have come off. So if you see, not going to be able to show you, but that chip there, I don't have that on this board. Don't know if it was there before, but that could be doing it as well. So maybe check your motherboard, see if that chip is there or not. I do have it on the new board, but I don't have it on this old board. When I was heating it up with the hot air, maybe it got warm and blew off, I don't know, but it's not here. But this chip here at the top is different to that one. Who knows, that possibly is it, I don't know. But yeah, I might be missing something there, although on this one there is a smaller chip right at the bottom that this one doesn't have. So did that replace that? I don't know. Yeah, can't find it though, guys, so I'm going to do what I just said, is swap out the sticks onto both boards and see if any difference on either one. But I'm going to go with the new board and the Hall effects obviously, and we're going to swap it out into a new case, and we're going to put USB-C, and we're going to put the new battery as well. I think before we get into the soldering stuff, let's have some fun first. I think I'm going to go with seeing if this will swap over into our new case. The ordinary E branding, look at that. Hopefully it fits. So this bit looks the same, yeah. Yeah, looks exactly the same, doesn't it? Perfect. So what's the first? Let's swap out, let's see if the USB-C fits. So it would be this way round. Doesn't fit, so we're going to have to do Dremelin. Yeah, so we're just going to have to make it slightly wider and obviously rounder to match that. Got my Dremel, put it on a low setting I think first. How do you turn it on? Alright, we're just going to do a little bit by little bit and just make it sure that it will fit eventually. Yeah, little by little. Here we have it, guys. Not my Prius worked. I did slip a few times, but it's snugly fit, and now I can't pull it out to tidy it up, but it works. And look at that for a USB connection. USB-C now. Yeah, doesn't pull out. Fantastic. Alright, that's that job done. Let's swap those bits over into that. Okay, to swap this over, we need to take this bar off, like so. This shield off. We're going to need this ribbon as well. Oh, we need this as well. Okay, so we can put this into this side. I need that screw. Then I can transfer this screw into this one. Light bar and then the bar. Perfect. All fits. And we have a USB-C. Not my neatest work. Can't believe I slipped on the Dremel, but my first time, guys. So yeah, I'll be doing this to all my PS4 controllers. I think that's a great addition. Next, we need to swap whatever's on this into there. Oh, great. That just comes off, right? Oh no, not into that side. So we're done with the back side. Yes. It's the front side. Now for the front side, oh, we have some buttons. So we are going to be using buttons. Alright, what is this? 0? Does it have the PlayStation? It does. Alright, so we need triangle up top. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so we have the buttons here. Ooh, what about this? Sugar. That needs to go onto that. Can I just put this over? Oh no, we're going to have to swap this out. How do you do this? Oh. Okay, that just comes off there. It does have a ribbon cable, and then you've got the circuit board attached. Now how do you get the circuit board off? That's glued on, is it? So we do need to get this circuit board out of here if we want to use the red touchpad-y thing, but it seems to be proper stuck in there. Okay, we may have to give that a miss for a minute. We can now transfer these over here. Okay, they're done. I just looked up AliExpress, and I don't want to risk damaging this board and not having a mouse pad at all. So I'm just gonna, they're $2. I'm gonna just order one for this. And then while that is delivered, we're gonna use this. There's no point breaking this one and then having none and then waiting, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. So you'll have to subscribe, guys, and watch the next video when that arrives, and then you will see the finished product. What's going on here? Come in from this side. I see. Alright, that fits fantastic. So that's done, so we don't need that anymore. That's done. This can sit in. Can we go with this now? Oh wait, we got buttons on here. Okay, so there's our new sticks eventually. We're going to have to swap out the Hall effects first. Now we need to try and figure out how we take these off. Oh yeah, the spring. Oh no, we're going to have to deal with the spring issue. Okay, that's fine. Okay, those ones come off straight pull up, so that's good. And why can't I get this off? Will that pull away this way? Yes. Where did this come from? Oh, so this sat inside there. Okay, that's easy enough. Which one did I take off here? Left. Pretty simple. Oh, slippery. Oh, and I even caught the spring as well. First, yes, first go. Okay, now the same on the other side, which we did. Pretty simple this bit. Oh, it's a shame this bar isn't white. Okay, so we did that, and now that can just pop in. Yeah, how about that? Pretty good. So we don't need these anymore. Don't need that anymore. We won't need these. Alright, so we got left the battery, the Hall effects. It's time to swap out the Hall effects. You know how this goes, guys. So I put low melt solder on here, remove the sticks. I am not going to use hot air. I'm done with the hot air now that my method of desoldering with the sucker is perfected. Do have a new trick I learned by watching some other YouTubers. So with the wick, apparently you need to douse this in flux first, this stuff, the flux, and then desolder. It soaks up easier. So we're going to do that on the holes to clean them up afterwards. Alright, let's get our station out ready and desolder. Okay guys, you know how this goes. I'll put low melt solder first. I'm going to go with the Hall effect. We're going to remove the Hall effects first so it's ready to put the new stuff on. So you put low melt solder on. I'm at 430 degrees. Next we're going to use our solder pump and desolder, and that's it. So I'll come back to you when it's done. I won't bore you with this. You can go and watch my previous videos. I've done this numerous times to show you. And there we have it, guys. That one just dropped out in my hand, and hopefully this one does the same. Same with that one. So no hot air gun at all needed, and that's come out great. So now I'm just going to tidy it up with the solder wick, and I'm going to use flux on the solder wick. I can confirm, guys, that the flux method on your solder wick is the way to go. I mean, just check this out. Those holes are perfect. Yes, you will have to clean up, obviously, all the flux, but yeah, the holes are absolutely my best work yet. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so that's the broken board, potentially broken board, done and prepped and ready. Look how that turned out. Pretty good, huh? So we're ready for that. Let's remove these sticks, put the Hall effects in this one, and then put these known working sticks in that board, and then we're going to test everything. Okay, so there we have it, guys. We've done the Hall effects. They're in nice, feel good. So we're going to put those back into the controller. Yeah, hopefully that works. We also went ahead and I soldered in the old sticks from working motherboard into the non-working motherboard. And one thing I noticed when I was doing it, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's a little bowed, and that's because of the hot air gun. So when you're using a hot air gun, be very careful. I'm not going to be using it again myself. But yeah, we can test this out and see if this is now working, if that was what it was. Maybe the solder connections were not good, or maybe because the board is bowed, don't know. But we're done with our soldering station, so put this away. We'll put the controller back together, and hopefully we've got a Hall effect upgraded, modded controller. Alright guys, so I did just go ahead and test it. The Hall effects work great. We just need to calibrate those. So we're going to put the controller back together. And the other news is I tested the old motherboard with the known working sticks from this motherboard, and it works great. So it looks like the issue was the Hall effects that this company sent me. Just make sure you're going to a repertory. If you can get Gully Kit Hall effects, they're pretty trustworthy. I haven't had a problem with Gully Kit at the moment. So yeah, we now have another PS4 board here that works, but obviously I don't have another controller case, so I might have to buy another whole case for it, and I will have another controller. I'll probably get Hall effects for it as well, same ones, and we'll do that in another video. But for the moment, this can go back in here and away. Let's put this together. What do we need to do first? Let's put our red thumb sticks on. So you've got to calibrate them once the board is put all back together. Check those out. Okay, then this can just go simply back in. Put a screw in to hold it down, because then we can attach the rumble pack back. I believe it's black at top and red at the bottom. Almost forgot, got to put the touchpad in. Okay, touchpad's in. Okay, rumble pack's in. Alright, what's next? So we have the touchpad, we have everything. Battery. Now we was going to upgrade the battery, wasn't we? So here's the battery. This is 3500 milliamps, and the original battery is 2000 milliamps. So we're going to be upgrading the battery. Does it need this? Maybe there's no charge. So I forgot to connect the space bar, so I had to take it all apart again. This little cable here wasn't showing properly, and I think it got caught as well, so I may have damaged it. I'm going to order a new one anyway, so here's what it is, and then it has to go through that little slot right there. All of that works. Right, now we can put it back together. Alright, there we have it guys, the ordinary PS4 controller themed with USB-C, upgraded battery, Hall effect. As you can see, everything's working. All we've got to do now is calibrate it. Yeah, let me know what you think guys. I know I didn't do a great job making that hole, but it is what it is. That's fine, can live with that. And yeah, happy with that. So let's go and calibrate this now. Fitment is okay of the case, so that's alright. The only thing we've got to do is get a new mouse pad, but I don't want to break this one, so I'm going to get a new one. Then that will be on there, like so. Yeah, let me know your thoughts guys. What do you think? Ordinary E themed controller, and these now work. So if you've got a problem with your sticks that have gone all the way to the right after putting Hall effects in, it might be just either bad connection somewhere, so go back over your solder joints, or it's the sticks themselves. And in my case I think it was the sticks, but I do recommend the Ghillie kit. Let's go and calibrate this now, and I'll show you that this is now working, and I'll show you how to calibrate this. Okay guys, we're on the calibration website, DualShock Calibration GUI. I'm just going to plug in the Hall effect controller we just did and connect it. As you can see, they're already pretty centered, but let's just center them more. So calibrate the stick, start, so top left. You want to try and get them equal, so 80. Can't quite get this one. There you go. So close, equal to the triangles. So that's about equal. Continue. 70s. A bit more down on that one. There you go. Close enough. And there you go. Next one is top, bottom, left. So these ones are 70s. That's about right. Continue. I don't know if this is correct, but that's what I do. So 70s and 60 there. I'll get the 17. There you go. That'll do. Let's continue. Storing. Done. Calibrate the stick range. Let's do that. And move the sticks around. Press done. Okay. And now save the changes permanently. You can see I'm pretty happy with that. They go back to the center. They go all the way to the edge of the circle. Save the changes. Press OK. Now we can also test it on gamepad tester. So we've hooked it up here. As you can see, working here. There's a bit of jitter, but oh, there you go, it stops. But that's okay. Test the circularity. Oh wow, 6.3 and 5.2. Yeah, really good. So yeah, happy with those Hall effects. And also what you can do with this gamepad tester is obviously test the button. So look, left, right, that all works. And yeah, every button works. So this joystick's ready to go. And just to show you, the old motherboard is now working. So I'll just connect that now. There you go. And you see they're centered. Okay, we need a bit of calibration, but they are centered. Bit of jigger. So let's calibrate them. Connect. Actually, they're out of the case. Is it worth calibrating them? So no, it's not worth calibrating these sticks while they're like this, not in the case, and with the rest of it. I'm going to leave that. But yeah, there we have it guys, the ordinary E PS4 controller with the USB-C connection, extra battery, Hall effects. I have used it, it is amazing, it works great. I wish I had this about 20 years ago or whenever it came out. Superb. As for this Xbox controller, we're going to get some Ghillie kit, Hall effects, swap these out, and hopefully that fixes the issue with this. One stick does work, but my advice to the company, please don't sell these Hall effects. I don't think they're good. There's different boards, there's a lot of different boards guys, so depending on the board will depend on what Hall effects work with it. So make sure you read, and hopefully the seller tells you what board the Hall effects are for. So that could be the issue. We are going to wait for the mouse pad so we can swap this out afterwards. So maybe in the next video when it arrives, or the video after possibly. But yeah, there we go. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. The ordinary E PS4 controller. Okay, in the next video we are going to get back onto the laptops. I had 13 odd laptops or something, plus my one. We managed to fix 10 and give those away. I think there's 5 less. For 2 of those are fixed, but there's no screen. So there's probably 3 or 4 left, plus my one. So we're going to get back on the laptops, get those done and given away, which is what I did with the others. So make sure you're subscribed. Leave your comments, share the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Happy Easter, take care, see you on the next one. Alexa, say goodbye.
Goodbye.